Members of the committee, my name is Lindsey Pence. I am here to talk about, I'm an adult with strabismus, congenital strabismus, and talk about some of the struggles I had growing up and in schools. I was born with strabismus. I had 2 eye surgeries before I was a year old. I patched. I wore glasses until I was 7. Luckily, I didn't really have any problems reading, but that's because my brain has always ignored my left eye, so I just basically read with one eye. But I've always struggled with headaches. I've struggled with coordination problems. At some point, I developed a lazy eye. Kids are really mean. I was teased for my lazy eye throughout school. I've always had coordination problems. When I was a toddler, my mom used to send me out to play with preventative bandages on my knees and elbows because I would fall so much. I still can't walk next to my mom in a parking lot without her pointing out curbs. I had several concussions on the playground in elementary school from running into poles. I broke my nose in middle school trying to play tetherball. I'm actually an athletic person, but I never could play any sports involving a ball. In fact, it wasn't until recently, until all this has come up, that I've realized that normal people don't have to use intense concentration and a death grip on the handrail to go down or up a set of stairs. It's just part of my life. Obviously, my parents had me at the best pediatric ophthalmologist they could find. I've been evaluated by several pediatric ophthalmologists throughout my life, and they've said, my surgery was a success. Your eyes are cosmetically aligned. There's nothing else that we could do. When I was 12, I'll always remember the ophthalmologist examined me and he looked over at my parents and he said, well, she'll never be a surgeon. That was devastating to me. I wanted to be a veterinarian, and that, I was told I couldn't do it. So I became an attorney instead, but all the reading required of an attorney really took its toll on me. I had headaches again. When I'm trying to read something, I have to press my chin all the way down to my chest to be able to see what I'm reading. So I had neck pain. My eyes were so overworked that at the age of 31, I decided to have another eye surgery to try and fix my down gaze, which kind of goes out like this when I'm trying to read. It didn't help. In all the times I've seen ophthalmologists, never have they mentioned that there's another option other than surgery or glasses. My parents were never told that there was a thing called visual rehabilitation. They never told my parents that, an enlarged font would help me. I have 20/20 vision. I never knew that. I know I can't see something, but I was like, I have 20/20 vision. What is, I never knew. I know this condition is hereditary, and I prayed that it wouldn't be passed down to my children. Well, I had my first child in 2013. She's almost 3. Of course, she was born with strabismus. I noticed it within the first couple of weeks. Had her at the ophthalmologist as soon as they would see her. At the age of 22 months, she had surgery. And she now wears glasses, and she accommodates okay. And she's more cautious than other children. She has coordination problems, and her teachers have noticed she lacks a little bit behind in eye-hand coordination. So I was so excited. We just recently moved to Maryland. I was so excited to go to Johns Hopkins and the Wilmer Eye Institute because I thought they're going to be able to help us. They're going to be able to offer something that even Emory and Atlanta couldn't offer us. So we went to her eye appointment. I watched her take the 3D vision test, and it's where they put on glasses and the bug wings are supposed to stick out if you have 3D vision so you could grab them. I watched her slam her hand down on that book just as hard as she could to catch the bug's wings, and I failed that test my whole life, so I knew it meant that she didn't have binocular vision. So after the evaluation, I'm talking to the ophthalmologist, and, I'm so guilty because I gave this to her, right? And I'm saying, please, is there something that we can do to help her have a better outcome than me? I want her to have binocular vision. I want her to be able to do whatever it is that she wants to do. And she just handed me a tissue, and she said she could live a normal life without binocular vision. So as a mother, it's so frustrating to me, and the reason I think that these computerized screenings in schools are so important is because my parents had me at the best of the best, they thought. They never really fully explained what my disabilities were, what I could do, what I couldn't do. All they told them was she doesn't have depth perception, she doesn't have 3D vision. And I took the right eye screening a couple of weeks ago, and it's in my written testimony that I submitted. And you can see how my eyes don't work together. I can tell you, if my parents had received that printout and saw what my eyes did, they would have been scouring the globe to do more than just listen to the ophthalmologist. They would have tried to find something else that could help me. So I'm just here to tell you that even if parents are up on it, even if they take them to specialists, they need to be more informed about other options out there. And that's why I think this computerized screening is so important, even for children who might not be failing at school. Obviously, I'm an attorney. I was able to do well in school, but I was failing in other aspects of my life. And I think that it definitely could have been improved had we had the full knowledge. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me just interrupt you for 1 second. We're going to hear three bills, and because those bills that we are hearing are also in HTO, so what we would decide, we'll hear Senate Bill 548, 642, 643. They'll be the last bills that we hear for the evening, so we would suggest that the individuals need to go to HTO. They will be ready for you momentarily.